Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
Caitlin, congratulations on an amazing season. Rookie of the Year is a big honor. You deserve it. Congratulations.
After making a surprising comment in his latest interview, Nikola Jokic left Caitlin Clark completely speechless. He usually doesn't say much and rarely gives out compliments, which is exactly why his words carry so much weight. When he does praise someone, people pay attention, and it can have a lasting impact on how that player's career is seen.
Nikola Jokic is the MVP of the league. He's the best player in the world. He's been the best player in the world for the last few years. You know who he has a shoe deal with? I'm going to tell you here.
Now that he's spoken so highly of Caitlin Clark, many of the critics who once questioned her seem eager to erase their old opinions. You might think that's an exaggeration, but the truth is Nikola Jokic rarely speaks publicly. He stays off social media, avoids controversy, and barely reacts even after winning MVP awards. That's why people pay close attention whenever he does talk. This time, he took a moment to praise Caitlin Clark, a WNBA rookie, despite being a two-time MVP, an NBA champion, and someone known for staying away from the spotlight. And he wasn't talking about just any rookie.
In awe of the game, you know.
Pulls it back, knocks it down.
I'm saying men and women's college basketball.
He wasn't talking about just any rookie. He was praising a player who has faced constant physical play, criticism, and endless doubt. Jokic didn't focus on Caitlin Clark's scoring or her deep three-pointers. Instead, he admired her toughness and ability to keep going through it all. He called it one of the most impressive things he has seen in a long time. Coming from someone who has built his career by ignoring the outside noise, that kind of praise carries real weight.
For her to be here, I think it brings a lot of excitement to the city, and a city with a lot of young talent already as it is, and adding her, she's one of the faces of women's basketball, and for her to be here and under the same roof, I think is really exciting for me, and I think a lot of people in our organization, and just look forward to watching her grow throughout the process, watching her get better. Looking forward to actually being able to cheer for her now. Now she's with the good.
Then he summed it up with just 4 simple words: she just plays basketball. In Jokic's eyes, that meant she stays focused on the game without getting caught up in drama or distractions. Coming from a player known for quietly dominating opponents without trash talk or showing much emotion, those words carried real meaning, especially in a sport where headlines often focus on stories beyond the game itself.
She put up 2 feet beyond half court, so for me to see it in person, she's legit. She's the best. So she's the GOAT. So her skill set far.
To be clear, this wasn't empty praise or an attempt to sound supportive. Jokic praised Caitlin Clark because he genuinely admired the way she plays. He noticed how she controls the pace, reads the floor, stays patient, creates opportunities for her teammates, and lets her game speak for itself without any drama. That's what impressed him most. What's even more interesting is that many basketball analysts have been comparing Clark to Jokic for months, based on detailed game film rather than flashy headlines. Both use their vision to fool defenders, hold the ball just long enough to force mistakes, and make opponents pay for every decision. Their style, pace, and basketball IQ are remarkably alike, and the results speak for themselves.
She's not the tallest, she doesn't have a crazy frame but she got women's basketball on lock right now. And she hasn't really been in a while, and a lot of people haven't seen a lot of it. Anything that happens with her is going to be magnified, right? Which is great for the W.
But here's where the story takes an unexpected turn.
To reports, Nike had no plan to build a shoe around Jokic, instead focusing on Victor Wembanyama, the face of the brand's new air immersion space.
Here's the surprising part. Despite being widely considered one of the best basketball players in the world, Nikola Jokic never landed a major Nike endorsement. He wasn't viewed as flashy enough or seen as someone who could sell large numbers of signature shoes. Instead, Nike focused on more marketable stars, and Jokic eventually signed with 361 Degrees, a brand that remains far less recognized outside of Asia.
Fearless. No shot is a bad shot.
At the same time, Nike is now counting on Caitlin Clark to become one of its biggest stars, even though it didn't fully recognize her potential early on. Clark has since signed a massive 8-figure endorsement deal, showing just how much her value has grown. It's a remarkable turnaround, with many believing Nike is trying to avoid repeating the same kind of mistake it once made with Stephen Curry by making sure it doesn't miss out on Clark.
I was gonna say, Caitlin Clark's been compared to you.
Yeah, but I think
it almost robs her of like the rest of her game because she's such a good floor, she has her overall, floor game. She's racking up, close to triple doubles every night, and like her shooting ability is.
It feels like the story has come full circle. Despite being a once-in-a-generation talent, Nikola Jokic was overlooked for years before earning the recognition he deserved. Now he's watching Caitlin Clark rise through similar challenges, only much faster and under an even brighter spotlight. He respects her journey because he knows what it's like to be one of the best while still being underestimated and overlooked. And believe it or not, the story is about to become even more surprising.
That I love that she's bringing to her sport, more people want to watch. More people want to tune in. Don't get it twisted. Don't get it up. Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the
LeBron James knows better than almost anyone what it's like to enter a league with the entire world watching your every move. He faced that kind of pressure at just 18 years old, straight out of high school. So when he told Caitlin Clark, "Put your blinders on, keep working, and stay humble," it wasn't just advice, it came from someone who had lived through the same level of attention and expectations.
Everything that's going on, fairly well. Like,
sure.
She never let nothing like knock her off her square, man.
They got Indiana games.
Yeah. Like I just saw the interview when she was they asked her about not being on the Olympic team. She was like,
what a great answer she gave.
In other words, LeBron was telling her, "You're facing the same kind of pressure I once did, and this is what helped me get through it." He doesn't hand out that kind of advice to every young player. After seeing how Caitlin Clark handled being left off the Olympic team, LeBron praised the way she responded. She didn't complain, seek attention, or let her emotions take over. Instead, she stayed calm, kept working, and earned his respect through her actions.
Fine, and all the stuff about the physicality, and it comes with the league.
It comes with it, yeah.
By now, everyone knows Luka Doncic's personality. He's always joking, using sarcasm, and loves talking trash during games. But when Caitlin Clark came up, his attitude changed completely. He simply said, "She's a better shooter than me." There were no jokes, no ego, and no attempt to make light of it. Coming from a player who was known for his confidence and constant trash talk, that was a big statement. Without hesitation, he gave Clark credit in one of the areas where he usually takes the most pride, his shooting ability.
Level of notoriety, out of this world expectation, whatever the case may be. I just think it's all about having, be a horse, man. The Kentucky Derby, put your blinders on, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft, kind of keep your mouth shut, and just learn from the vets. When they ask, you voice your opinion if they want your opinion, man, early on.
Then there's Trae Young, who isn't the type to hand out compliments to everyone. To be honest, praise doesn't come easily from him, which makes what he said next even more meaningful.
Like 40 and 12, people don't understand, that's not easy. Scoring and then getting everybody involved, what she's doing is unbelievable. She was using her hang dribble just to read if she was going to be able to blow by her defender or not, and she was just doing step backs and side steps and dribbling in the lane, dribbling back out, and then shooting threes. But it started with her getting to the basket and just getting some layups, getting easy ones, getting some and ones to start the game. You could tell that she had a plan on what.
But after Caitlin Clark put up 40 points and 12 assists, Trae Young broke down her performance like a coach studying game film. His praise wasn't emotional or over the top, it was detailed and focused on her basketball IQ. He pointed out how she controlled the offense like a veteran, read defenders, used hesitation dribbles to create openings, and managed spacing with precision. That's the kind of respect usually reserved for elite players, showing that he already sees her as someone who belongs among the game's best.
I'm rooting for Caitlin because I've been in that seat before. I've walked that road before. I hope she kills. I hope Aaliyah Boston does amazing.
The most important part is that none of this sounded like scripted publicity or forced praise. These weren't prepared comments about the WNBA's newest star. They were honest reactions from players who know exactly what it takes to succeed at the highest level. They didn't just watch Caitlin Clark play, they studied her game, broke down her skills, and recognized her talent for what it is. Clark isn't simply making an impact, she's changing the standard for what greatness looks like on the court.
Range, the confidence, the flair, like she's a performer. It's crazy though, just because her shot is it's like that, it's at that level. If you really watch, like her floor game is as impressive, so it's kind of the total package.
At the same time, the atmosphere around the WNBA has been far more intense. While several NBA stars have openly praised Caitlin Clark, she's also faced tough physical play, criticism, and cold reactions from some veterans. There have been hard fouls, dismissive comments, and plenty of competitive tension. What's most surprising is that many of the strongest observations about Clark's treatment have come from NBA players themselves. They didn't have to speak out, but they chose to share what they saw.
No, she was like, she's not gonna hit that shot, and bam, like damn, she's not gonna hit that shot, man. Like if I say 10 times you're not gonna hit the shot and you hit the shot, that means.
On Angel Reese's podcast, Shaquille O'Neal admitted he originally doubted whether Caitlin Clark could handle the pressure, but after watching her performances, he openly acknowledged that he was wrong. There was no excuse or backtracking, just respect from a Hall of Famer known for holding players to a high standard. Patrick Beverley also weighed in, saying the contact Clark has been taking goes beyond normal rookie treatment and described some of it as close to dirty play. Coming from someone who built his career on physical defense, that opinion carried weight. Through it all, Clark has stayed quiet. She hasn't called anyone out, complained publicly, or fired back on social media. Instead, she keeps playing, lets her performance do the talking, and often says more with her game than words ever could.
The fact here of the FIBA as a whole to see Kelsey get some playoffs, experience, and just the whole group of the whole group. So it's really cool to follow the team, and it's unfortunate that they lost, but they're a young group. They'll be back for success, and now locked.
The more Caitlin Clark stays quiet, the louder her supporters become. NBA stars, MVPs, elite scorers, and legends continue speaking up because they recognize real talent. They've lived through the pressure, criticism, and constant expectations, and now they see Clark facing many of the same challenges with far less support. Yet she's doing more than just handling the moment, she's thriving. Their praise isn't about hype, it's about respect for what they're seeing on the court. Whether everyone in the WNBA fully embraces it or not, Clark has become one of the league's biggest driving forces and has already earned respect across the basketball world. Much of that recognition came from NBA players first, and their message has been clear. If you enjoyed this video, share your thoughts in the comments, subscribe, turn on notifications, and check out the next video on your screen.